Hey, what's up guys, Epion here. Welcome back to another Division video. Now the game's been out officially for a week and hopefully you guys have been having a blast in the game. Today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys a little bit of information on the crafting system. Now the crafting system lets you basically create different weapons, mods, gear, and essentially things that can kind of help push you beyond the basic items that you're going to be able to acquire in the game. Now this is kind of going to be really effective and useful when we get to the end game where you're going to be wanting to run the best in slot pieces of gear, whether it's weapons, body armor, gloves, and so that way your character's role and the build that you have is going to be optimal and built exactly for what it is you're trying to accomplish. Now when you first start out the crafting, you're going to basically have relatively very little blueprints to work with. Now you can easily acquire more blueprints by completing side missions and earning them as quest rewards and also purchasing them from different vendors. Now there's a high-end vendor that you can unlock inside of the base of operations once you hit level 30. The high-end gear is essentially what you're going to be targeting for as you try to get to that end game build. Inside the Dark Zone, you'll also find additional vendors that'll be able to sell you these different blueprints, and they do range from superior quality to high-end, and essentially they will require you to have a high-level Dark Zone rank. Now, in order to craft these different items, you're going to need the right resources. These are broken down into 5 different categories. There's cloth, weapon parts, tools, electronics, and division tech. Each one is tied to a specific type of item that you're trying to craft, and you'll be able to determine which one you're going to need when you look at the requirements on the blueprint. Now, the easiest way to get the materials you're going to need for these crafting items is to deconstruct old gear that you no longer need. Now, you're going to be tempted to want to sell these things for their credits, but I highly encourage you to deconstruct them instead. Deconstructing the gear is going to be the highest source of the actual material output that you're going to be able to get. In addition to deconstructing, you can get additional crafting materials by locating them throughout the game world. Whenever you look at your map, you can find different resource locations that'll be for specific items that you can loot. Division tech is one thing that you're only going to be able to find in the Dark Zone. Fully unlocking your base of operations will also give you chests that you can loot once per hour to collect these resources. Now this isn't the best way to collect these resources because you can only get about 1 to 2 items out of it once every hour. So again, deconstructing is the best way to get the most amount of resources that you'll need. Finally, you can convert lower tier items up to higher tier ones. Essentially, when you get to a point where you're no longer needing to craft greens or blues, you can take the basic material items that you have and convert them into the next tier up. So basically, you can go from green to blue to yellow. Now, this is going to be exactly how you're going to be able to craft those items that you need later on because you're not easily going to be able to find those high-end materials out there in the world. Now, when you're ready to craft the item that you need, head down to the crafting station. If you have all of the materials that you need, just select the item that you want to craft and hit the craft button. The game will essentially decide what perks and stats you're going to get, and essentially everything is going to be random. There is a good chance that you may get on your first try an item that you don't really want or doesn't have the exact stats that you need. Easiest thing is to either deconstruct that one to get some of those materials back, or to convert and gather more of the resources that you need and craft it one more time. Now the crafting is really going to be very pivotal when it comes to the end game. Essentially all of the gear that you're going to find is not going to have the perfect stats that you want right off the bat. In order to get yourself to that exact build and those exact numbers that you're trying to hit, you're going to have to craft either new pieces of gear or craft mods to put on that gear to bring you closer to those numbers that you're trying to hit. And there you have it guys, just a straightforward tutorial on crafting in the Division. Let me know in the comment section below if you found the crafting system to be useful, what mods you found out there that have really made your character shine. If you found this video useful, a like is always appreciated. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more upcoming content. As always, thanks for watching and I'll catch you guys in the next video.